Welcome to the National Skate Patrol Certification Program. You're about to join a group of great people, skate patrollers who are volunteers who support the sport of inline skating, have a strong desire to help others, and like to have fun. We are part of the International Inline Skating Association, an organization founded in 1991 to promote the recreational, competitive, and safety needs of inline skaters worldwide. The rapid growth of skating created the need for improved communication among skaters, cyclists, runners, and other park users. Established in 1992 in Central Park, the Skate Patrol model grew quickly and spread from New York City to Philadelphia, Chicago, and other cities, going national in 1995. Skate patrols provide information about the sport and safety education to new and experienced skaters alike. Patrols make skaters aware of park and local ordinances and etiquette and provide on-site stopping instruction to those using park trails. We communicate with local authorities about injuries. Our goal is the safe use of areas for all participants. We are especially effective in heavy-use environments. As a patroller, you'll encourage safety, fun, and learning, the three keys to having a good time skating, or learning how to skate. Safety is helping others with safety gear and skating equipment, and most importantly, using common sense while skating. Fun is very important.
Makes you feel really good.
Especially for beginners. Most of us remember our first time on skates or at the top of our first big downhill. It was scary. Fun includes assisting beginners and helping them overcome barriers of fear and creating a safer environment for everyone at the same time. Learning brings awareness, and awareness helps beginners proceed safely and confidently.
Feel better?
Finally, let's educate, not legislate. Skating is a great sport and a fun means of transportation, but some communities are restricting it or banning it outright. Let's get there first and encourage good, safe skating. Remember, our goal is the safe use of areas for all participants. In this video, we'll cover the basics which all skaters should master, whether they're hitting the park or the parking lot. Starting with skating safety, including equipment and conditions, we'll continue with the ISA rules of the road. We'll discuss teaching techniques and skills concepts, the primary skills like balance and edging, and the functional skills which can be learned and mastered, like striding and braking and stopping. We'll suggest techniques to use when encountering a beginning skater or a skater in distress. Along the way, we'll talk about terminology, the language of skating. Let's agree on the terms. Finally, we'll go over your responsibilities as members of the National Skate Patrol. Safety. The safety of skaters is the primary concern of every patroller, and patrollers should lead by example. A safe environment and safe equipment promote fun and confidence, especially with newer skaters. Before assisting a beginning skater, perform a visual inspection of his or her gear. Does the equipment fit? Are his skates on the right feet? Are her wrist guards on correctly? Patrollers should wear full protective gear and wear it correctly. Helmets should be fastened and fit snugly. Knee and elbow pads should be worn as designed. If they're the sleeve-type pads, then they're most effective when worn that way. Being aware of the environment and its effect on people's physical conditions is another important component of safety. Skating is an active sport, and it's easy to become dehydrated or overexposed to the sun. Know where the drinking fountains are. If someone appears fatigued, suggest a break in the shade. You know the terrain. Experienced local skaters may be unaware of temporary hazards, that they're repaving the park drive, for example. Many new skaters may be unfamiliar with the area and don't know about Suicide Hill coming up right around the bend. Terrain suited to the skater's skills will result in a safer, more enjoyable skating and learning experience. Be aware of a skater's psychological condition. Learn how to recognize fear. Let them know that fear is natural and diminishes with practice and experience. Talk about it. A relaxed skater is a safer skater. ISA rules of the road. Patrollers are ambassadors of the sport. Your good example is a great teacher. Let's go over the IISA rules of the road. Skate smart with all your protective gear. Master the basics, moving, stopping, and turning. Keep your equipment in safe condition. Skate legal. You have the same obligations as any wheeled vehicle. Obey all traffic regulations. Skate on the street in the right direction. Skate alert. Control your speed and skate in control. Watch for road hazards and be sure to avoid water, oil, sand, and leaves. Don't skate in heavy traffic. Skate polite. Skate on the right, pass on the left. Announce your intentions by saying, passing on your left. Always yield to pedestrians. Skate smart, legal, alert, and polite. Teaching. One of the primary functions of the National Skate Patrol is education. We like to keep skaters informed about the local environment, ordinances, and etiquette. But a lot of your time will be spent with the people who are trying skating for the first or second time and haven't mastered the basic skills. New York's Central Park has 2 stopping clinics to assist the large volume of renters and new skaters who turn out on a nice weekend. Sometimes 150 or more people get stopping lessons. Often you'll encounter people on trails or drives who need a little lesson on the spot. We've already talked about what to look for when you come upon a new skater who may be in an uncomfortable position, about being aware of the skater's equipment and physical condition and the environment. Now let's talk about the teaching model we use for helping that skater feel more secure and in control. You are likely to be the first instructor that a beginning skater encounters, and as such, you will enter into an active partnership with the skater. During a brief and well-organized lesson, you'll be able to introduce and develop a full spectrum of behaviors and strategies that will result in a successful learning experience and an improved skating experience for the skater. Our teaching model is composed of 5 sections: setting the goal, teaching to the goal, utilizing techniques and principles that ensure learning the goal, monitoring and adjusting to the skater's performance, and providing closure. Phew. Let's take them one by one. When you first talk to the skater, you will learn a little about the skater's experience and expectations.
As I approach him, you think of a tactful way to approach someone. You want to be positive. You know, like, hi, how are you today? You having a good time?
Wonderful.
Good. How's your stopping going?
Talk to the skater and agree on an appropriate goal, such as a heel stop. Remember, you only have a few minutes, and the skater may be a little tired or stressed, so be realistic.
You want to offer in a nice way, and he can refuse if he wants. So would you like me to give you a little start-stop lesson? They're free today.
Please.
Okay, so he can say, no, I don't want it, or you just offer, okay? Don't say, I'm here to give you a lesson, okay? You want to be positive about it. Ask him if he needs one. He says he does, and he wants one, so then you can go ahead and start.
We've set the goal, so now we'll choose some appropriate activities to work toward it. You'll break the goal down to a few component steps which, when practiced and combined, might lead to the successful execution of a braking maneuver.
All right, I'm just going to explain a couple things to you real quickly here, and I'm going to do it a little bit slower for you guys, but normally you would do it very quickly. What's called a ready position, that'll help you. What you want to do is put your feet about shoulder width apart. Let's do it together. Hey, you're pretty good, okay? Let's look down at our skates for a second and bend our knees until our front wheel disappears. All right, that's about how bent you want to be. Keep your feet shoulder width apart. Step a little bit farther apart. There you go. And your hands somewhere out in your peripheral vision. Okay, somewhere out here. The reason being is because if you have your hands out in front of you like this, your center of gravity is out here in the front as opposed to letting it go back. Never want to do that. So if you feel unstable, like you're going to fall, don't try to backpedal. This is the wrong thing to do. You probably even want to just reach down towards your knee pads, put your center of gravity a lot lower, okay? So if you're feeling unstable, just do this, okay? You don't even have to hold on, but have them at this level, so you're a lot lower, okay? Let me explain a couple things about your skates. You have edges. You put your feet really far apart, take your knee pads and stick them together. Those are your inside edges. Cool, huh? Okay, shoulder width apart again. Now take your knee pads and stick them out. Those are your outside edges. You're really good at this. Okay, now take both your knee pads together and we're going to dance a little bit. Send them one way, send them the other way. Those are your corresponding edges. You're on the outside edge of one, the inside edge of the other. But I'm going to go slowly through these things so you can see all of the things that you can do. Okay? Now what we're going to do is while we're standing here, I just want to show you something what's called scissoring. Okay, put one foot forward and the other one back. How's that feel?
Good.
Okay, the reason why I'm showing the scissoring thing because you're going to use it to break. Okay, let me show you something else on your edges. If you put your heels together like this, seem like you may have a little bit of problem going. There you go, like in a position like that. Let's do something that's kind of fun. We'll do a duck walk. I'll show you what it looks like first. Looks like this. Notice I start going. Okay, so I put my heels together and I'm taking little steps and I'm pushing on the inside edge. Remember I showed you those inside edges? So as I push forward, I'm on my inside edge. Always stay in front of them because I don't know how to stop yet. Okay? It seems kind of weird, you know, well, just send them towards something that they're not going to hit or anything, like in that direction where there's a wall. But you don't want to do that because the fear that's inside of this person who's brand new is like, oh my God, that's way out there. I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving. If you're right there in front of him, he doesn't feel too scared because he feels like he'd always reach out and touch me. Even if I wanted to, I could do this. And he could even reach and put his hands up against mine if he wanted to. But I will never do this. Reach out and grab hold of him, okay? It's one thing you don't want to do. Don't reach and touch your students, okay? Hands off. If they want to use you for support, you can be there. If you want to grab hold of my shoulder to hold on, that type of thing, you can do that.
In the third part of our teaching model, we want to get the beginner excited about learning, about acquiring a skill. Demonstrate the task and break it down into smaller parts. Let them know what you want them to do. Be clear. Focus on the most important part of skills, such as applying pressure to the heel brake after the skater is in proper position. Keeping the skater moving and trying things out and practicing is better than giving a lecture on physics, although that just might be what some skaters want to hear.
What I'm going to do is show you how to stop. There's 3 steps to stopping. I'm going to do a demonstration for you if you just want to wait a second. The first thing is slide and you're ready. Second thing is scissor. Third thing is put on the brakes. Okay? And let me just give you a little rundown of what put on the brakes is. Put on the brakes is getting in a little bit lower position. When your feet are scissored, you lift up on your toe and you just apply pressure to that heel. You're supporting yourself with this leg back here. It's your support leg. And you sit down. Okay? Kind of like you're sitting at your car. This is your foot on the gas, only you're pushing your heel, which is your brake. Okay? And you know what the other 2 are, because we did our scissoring.
Slide, scissors, put on the brake.
That's right, and your gliding is just your ready position as you're rolling. And you know how to go already, right? We did our little duck walk.
Now, monitor the skater's performance. Watch what they do. Give positive feedback with an occasional correction. Adjust their focus or adjust your choice of activity or exercise. Offer encouragement.
Let's try to do it. Just do your duck walk toward me. Okay, glide. Scissor. Put on the brakes. Hey, all right, good job. Did you see that? It's never going to happen the first time like that, I can guarantee you, because when they're just out here, they're like, oh my God, I can't do this. You'll have to say, what you want to do is apply pressure here, set on your support leg, give little pointers like that, make sure your foot is scissored out far enough, okay? These are the important things that you need to cover, all right? He did it right away, which is a great thing. All right, that looked good. You want to try it one more time just to make sure you got it?
Sure.
What are the 3 things? Glide, scissor, put on the brakes. You're awesome at this. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, one more time, come back. Glide, scissor, put on the brakes. Very good.
Finally, show the skater how the activities and exercises led to the goal. Give him or her some safety information and something to practice. Perhaps your club has designed a pocket guide or map with safety and skating tips. Suggest that the skater gear up and take a lesson.
I have this really nice pocket guide. Tells you all about the park and the places you can practice. And right here, there's a really nice place, a really nice parking lot. You can go practice there for a little while. You're braking till you get it down, and then head on out on the trail, okay?
Thank you very much.
And my name is Vivian, and I'll probably see you again later on today or maybe next week. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you very
Good luck
much.
on your braking.
Skills concept. Now let's go behind the scenes and get a little bit technical in our discussion of skills. A skills concept assumes that there are just a few primary skills which, when combined and coordinated properly, will produce functional and efficient inline skating. Primary skills are innate and cannot be taught. They include balance, pressure application, pushing off or transferring weight to your braking foot, edging. Your skates have 3 edges, inside, outside, and center, and rotary motion. These basic skills can be combined and demonstrated statically or dynamically. The functional skills are the ready position, stroking, gliding, striding, combined stroking and gliding is striding, turning, and stopping. Rotary motion and turning skills are beyond the scope of this program and certification course, but we mention them because they're part of the foundation of skills teaching. Here we see a skater in the ready position. Notice that her feet are shoulder width apart. Ankles, knees, and hips are slightly flexed, and the shoulders are comfortably forward. Hands and arms are within the skater's view. The primary skill involved here is balance, stance. Here, the skater is V-walking. The skater steps forward with the skates forming a V position with the toes pointed out. This leads to stroking, the process by which skaters propel themselves. Here, the skater is using balance and edging. Now the skater is gliding, moving forward without propulsion. Scissoring is good preparation for this functional skill. The primary skill involved is balance. It is essentially a moving ready position. Finally, the skater is stopping by increasing the amount of friction between the heel brake and the skating surface. The skater is gliding in the ready position and transfers her weight to the supporting leg. She scissors the braking skate forward until the back of that skate is even with the toe of the supporting leg. The skater lifts the toe of the braking skate while transferring weight from the supporting leg to the braking foot. The amount of pressure applied determines how quickly the skater will stop. It's important to stay in a ready position with hands and arms in view and not to lean too far forward beyond your knees. The ability to stop is probably the most important skill that a beginning skater can acquire. Once the skater has learned how to stop and has practiced what they've learned, then the skater can relax and start to explore other skills and aspects of skating with confidence and security. If a skater has persistent trouble learning to stop, then perhaps the brake is on the wrong foot. Switch the brake or suggest switching it. You might try it too to see what it's like to start from the beginning than with conventional brakes. With automatic brakes, it may be necessary to scissor further. If the skater is veering off to one side, usually the braking foot side, then tell the skater to take the braking foot and turn toe inward. These are the basic functional skills which you will be introducing to beginning skaters. Ready position, stroking, gliding, striding, and stopping. There are other tips which you might offer to beginners. Perhaps they should practice the basic functional skills on grass before moving to pavement. Start with static maneuvers and move to dynamic progressions. In an emergency, they might want to move from the pavement to the grass. Start braking at the top of the hill. If you're feeling wobbly, grab your knee pads. It will stabilize you. It's okay to take your skates off and walk down a hill if you think it's too steep. It's the smart thing to do. A beginner in the street will be better off in a parking lot. There's less stress there and will be easier to learn. Show how the slide plates on all the protectors work. Remember the 5 points of the teaching model. Set a goal and then teach to it. Break the goal down to bite-sized chunks which are easily digestible. Monitor the skater's performance, provide positive feedback, and adjust his performance or your activities or exercises. Finally, provide closure. Recap the lesson. Pitch a little safety in your lesson, and another slightly more confident, safer skater is on his way. Road and trail awareness. Skaters are everywhere these days. They're in the parks, on the streets, on trails, and in rinks. They come in all sizes, shapes, and colors, and all ages, too. There are over 20 million skaters in the United States today, and their numbers have been doubling every year. When the bicycle was new, people cried, "Dangerous." When the first autos hit the roads, people and horses ran for cover. With everything new, there's a kind of built-in fear of the unknown. The same is true for skating, and skaters are making their share of trips to local emergency rooms, according to the Consumer Product Safety Council. But factors cited as contributing to inline injuries were lack of protective gear, lack of proper instruction, and high-risk behavior. Skaters can protect themselves and others from injury through the use of proper equipment, skill development, and common sense. The value of protective gear is undisputed and obvious. The value of continuing skating education is not quite so apparent, however. A solid foundation of correct skills adds confidence, decreases fear, and opens up possibilities of advanced skating activities which the skater might never have dreamed of. People who take lessons are found to enjoy the sport more and are more likely to continue to participate for fitness, sport, and recreation. So now that you've emphasized helmets and wrist guards and pads and taught them how to stop, they want to join you on your group skate. This is where the common sense part of the picture comes in. Anticipation, combined with awareness of the environment, is a great skill to develop. When you anticipate your actions, you minimize the amount of braking you do by paying attention to traffic and conditions and timing. You can alter your speed by stroking and coasting and time your arrival at the traffic light so it's green when you get there. Anticipate the flow of traffic and the terrain, and of course, be alert for potential hazards. Skating with others is a great way to improve your skills. It's fairly easy for skaters of differing levels to skate together, and skaters who draft or skate close together in a line benefit from reduced wind resistance and longer, lighter skating. The stronger skater leads and can challenge his abilities, while the slower skater trails, learns technique, and benefits from the windbreak. And learning a little jumping can be a good thing. We're not talking about going for air, but rather the ability to jump over small obstacles and roadkill. Practice on the grass first. Start your jump from the ready position and keep your arms low. Communication with your group is another part of common sense. Lead skaters should call out "car up" when a car is approaching from the road ahead. Skaters in the back should call out "car back" when a car is coming up in the rear. Skaters in the middle of the group should pass these messages forward and backwards so that everyone is informed. Skaters who trail the group, sometimes called sweepers, should be strong so that they can skate to the front and communicate the status of the slower skaters to the trip leaders. Finally, skating on the street requires that skaters really know how to skate in control and cooperate with other vehicular traffic. Where the road is narrow and traffic is approaching, skate skinny in single file. Decrease the intensity of your push and shorten your stroke or glide. Wave the car past to indicate to the driver that you are aware of his presence and you are skating under control. Road and trail awareness really means skating safely and responsibly. Wear protective gear, develop your skills, and use common sense and courtesy. Remember SLAP, skate smart, skate legal, skate alert, and skate polite. When you pass this course, you become part of the National Skate Patrol. To be considered an active NSP patroller, you must be sponsored by a local patrol, and that sponsorship must be renewed on a yearly basis. Patrollers are volunteers and are not paid for their services. They can only teach beginning, stopping, and beginning movement, and only on scheduled and supervised patrols. However, if you find that you really enjoy teaching and meeting new skaters, you might be interested in the ISA ICP.
Hi, I'm Kalinda Aaron, Director of the Instructor Certification Program. Since 1991, we've certified over 1,200 instructors throughout the United States. We even have instructors in the Middle East, Europe, and Asia. Now that you're patrolling, you may find that you enjoy it so much that you want to take it to the next level. That next level is becoming a certified instructor. As a certified instructor, you'll have a broader base of skills that you'll be able to teach, and it will enable you to teach in a more professional context. Many of our instructors go on to open skating schools to reach out and teach the millions of skaters that are out there. Welcome to the ISA.
We want to thank you for your interest in the National Skate Patrol. When you join the Skate Patrol, you are helping your friends and fellow skaters, contributing to the growth and safety of an exciting sport, and you're helping to make your streets and parks safer for everyone. Cyclists, pedestrians, and runners, cars and skaters. We're all in this together.